Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Like I always say, we don't predict and we don't get into the prediction game. But I want to ask you a question tonight. And my question is, do you think Bharatiya Janata Party's popularity, which it enjoyed in February, came down in March? What it enjoyed in March came a little down in April. And what Bharatiya Janata Party was, as far as popularity is concerned, in February is very different to what it is in May. So, Bharatiya Janata Party's popularity, has it come down? And if it has come down, which I believe it has, the 10 reasons why it has come down. Let's get right into the show. Now, before I start, let me give my rider, which I give every day. First of all, there is nothing called as prediction. You cannot predict elections and all that. You can see a direction, but you cannot predict elections. Number one. Number two is, the fact is, with all that I say, the edge even today is for Bharatiya Janata Party. Let us be very clear about that. The edge is today, even today, is for Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, that being said, what Bharatiya Janata Party seems to be visibly worried, and what the rest of us see on ground, is that the popularity graph of Bharatiya Janata Party is flowing down. It is coming down since February. Since 2024 February. The graph in which Bharatiya Janata Party 400 par and all was happening in 2024 February is very different in 2024 May. That is the point I wanted to make, and I wanted to talk about 10 reasons why. Point number one. Definitely inflation. Inflation because people on ground, our journalists, when they were on ground, some vox pop that we have done, our own experiences, my own experiences, people are frustrated with inflation. So inflation definitely is a point that has reached Indian audience. That is one reason why Indian audience are not very happy with Bharatiya Janata Party. Unemployment. Unemployment because unemployment now has reached every home. Every home today in India has somebody who is unemployed, has somebody who they know, their cousin, their brothers, their sisters, their sons, their daughters, their nephews, their nieces, somebody around them is unemployed. So unemployment has reached a common Indian. It has reached a common Indian's home. So therefore, there is a certain amount of anger against Bharatiya Janata Party. The third point I should say is the Congress Manifesto. I think for the first time, I have seen, or maybe after a long time, let us put it that way, I have seen a fabulous manifesto from Congress. Congress Manifesto answered a lot of questions, especially for the youth. It answered a lot of questions. Job guarantee schemes, the 1 lakh rupee scheme, all of this really resonated with the audience. So, point number 3, I would say Congress Manifesto. Point number 4, क्या democracy खतरे में है? The dictatorship factor, which a lot of people spoke about, some very famous YouTubers, they spoke about it. This dictatorship factors, Hare Baba, how much are you using central forces? How much are you using ED? सबको लेके जेल में डालोगे क्या? These are questions that started popping up. All this did not percolate down to a common man. All this did not percolate down to a common man till such time that there was a video that went viral. A video of Dhruv Rathi that went viral. And after that, what really happened was Arvind Kejriwal's arrest, Sisodia's arrest, so on and so forth, just added on. It just went on adding. Hemant Soren, Kavita, Arvind Kejriwal, all of this just went on adding to that narrative. So, democracy khatre mein hai. That is point number 4. Point number 5, which we personally saw, we personally saw when we went around in a lot of places, in Maharashtra especially, is, are they going to change the constitution? Is Baba Sahib Ambedkar's constitution going to change? Will we have a problem with reservation? Is this going to be Hindu Rashtra? So these were questions that resonated on ground. People were scared. People were worried. Whether that is a fact or not, it's a different issue, because Bharatiya Janata Party says there is no fact to this, but all the same, the point resonated with people on ground. So that's point number 5. Point number 6 is, whatever way, whichever way, and if you remember, we had spoken about this almost 6 months back with you, that end of the day, the opposition's unity is going to be long term, which I had told you. Is not because they love each other. It is not because TMC is very fond of Congress or Congress is very fond of TMC and both are very fond of NCP. It is not because of that. It is because they have to survive. Because if this time they lose, and they lose badly, that is end of opposition. So they have to survive. So for survival, they will come together. And that is exactly what has happened. Number 1. Number 2, seat sharing does not mean coming together or not coming together. That too we have spoken. So if Congress and TMC doesn't share seats, that doesn't mean that they are not working together. They still can work together, and that is exactly happening. Last time Balakot happened just before the election, and fortunes changed for Bharatiya Janata Party. Because Bharatiya Janata Party was not expected to get 303. Let me be very clear with you. Bharatiya Janata Party 2019 also was not expected to get 303. But Balakot changed the entire situation for Bharatiya Janata Party. This time around, Bharatiya Janata Party very cleverly did Ram Mandir 5 months before the election. They inaugurated Ram Mandir in January, so they had January, February, March, April, May. 5 good months to actually bask in that image, utilize that image, but that somehow didn't percolate. That did make a difference, but it didn't make enough difference to change their fortunes. To get that Modi wave or Bharatiya Janata Party wave, it didn't get that kind of traction for Bharatiya Janata Party. That calculation failed. So my point is definitely Ram Janmabhoomi, Ram temple consecration, it's not that it didn't give them dividend, but not giving the kind of dividend that they expected it to give. When Ram Rahim Singh Insan, or whatever that fellow is called, when he was sent home for his birthday party, women didn't take it well. When those girls out there in Delhi were being dragged on the streets, women in India didn't take it well. What happened in Manipur, women in India didn't take it well. What was happening with Ravanna, women in India are not taking it well. So, women's safety definitely is a point, and this is something that's going to come through. Let me assure you, right after the election, if Bharatiya Janata Party or whichever party or whoever is going to do introspection, women's safety is going to come through. Introspection, when I say, even if Bharatiya Janata Party wins, and the fact is Bharatiya Janata Party goes and does a research as to what are the things that didn't work for them, women's safety is going to be one of it, is what I am trying to say. Definitely women's safety and crime against women is going to be one of it. So that's something that Bharatiya Janata Party needs to remember. The last is the Maharashtra factor. Maharashtra is not going to perform the way Bharatiya Janata Party expects it to perform. Bharatiya Janata Party last time got 42 seats in Maharashtra. This time, Bharatiya Janata Party is expecting 40 seats in Maharashtra. Chances are Maharashtra may not deliver that kind of seats to Bharatiya Janata Party. May not deliver. Now the point is, even if 5 seats are lesser than 42, you are 5 seats short. You see, crush the democracy in the very temple of democracy, that is the Assembly Hall, where the current Chief Minister was seen laughing about how he pulled a government down, And when you say, I say with pride that I split a party and I pulled a government down, when you make these kind of statements, the land of Shahu, Phule and Ambedkar is not going to take it that easy. They are not going to enjoy this. Somewhere down the line, it hurt the Marathi feeling. It hurt a Maharashtrian. And that hurt is definitely going to reflect in this election. The fact that Balasaheb Thackeray's son is without a party, without his father's party, was pulled down from the chief minister's chair. That sympathy, not because of Uddhav Thackeray, but the sympathy for Balasaheb Thackeray, the love for Balasaheb Thackeray, which has converted itself into sympathy for Uddhav Thackeray, is going to show in this election. And last but not the least, one still doesn't know which side of the spectrum Mr. Sharad Pawar stands. But lo behold, let me tell you that Mr. Sharad Pawar has a phenomenal amount of sympathy wave amongst Western Maharashtra, especially in Western Maharashtra. That sympathy wave is definitely going to help the Mahavikas Aghadi. So, these are the factors, these are the 10 factors I think would definitely play against Bharatiya Janata Party, and possibly the chances of Bharatiya Janata Party, the popularity of Bharatiya Janata Party coming down from where it was in February 2024, like I told you, are the 10 reasons which I think I wanted to present to you. That's number one. Number two, and the last factor. These are two other factors that I wanted to talk about, which I have no statistics or I have no on-ground research analysis to give you. But let me tell you, the fact is, by the looks of it, at least when you go around, when you talk to people, when you talk to political leaders, when you talk to them privately, when you go around, especially Uttar Pradesh and other states, you definitely find a rift in Bharatiya Janata Party. The things are not the way it was in 2019. It is not a one single consolidated voting machine and juggernaut and all that. All that seems to have changed. So that's the first point I wanted to make. There is some kind of unrest within the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's another point I wanted to make. And my last point that I wanted to make is the Modi factor, which Bharatiya Janata Party was so dependent on. The Modi wave, the Modi factor is still intact, but the Modi wave has got lost somewhere. The wave is not the way it was till 2019. That wave has kind of lost the power or the strength or the magnanimity or whatever it is. That wave is lost. So these are the factors that I wanted to talk to you about, and this is the reason I believe things are not going to look very good for Bharatiya Janata Party. 400 par and all is, I think, now something that may not happen. But that being said, I still say that the edge is still with Bharatiya Janata Party. Whether Bharatiya Janata Party will stay together to enjoy and make use of that edge is a question we will see on 4th of June. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.